Art McGurk.
So Bernie.
This is Sid Rosenberg.
The one and only Sid.
Live, local, on it.
You never know what's going to happen.
Exclusively.
Artie and Sid.
77 WABC. Woo!
Nice.
One of my favorite songs, one of my favorite groups. It's The Cure. It's Friday.
I love it.
I'm in love.
Actually soothing.
It is pretty good stuff. Robert Smith and The Cure, who I saw once actually perform way back when at 007. I guess it's Eisenhower Park. I'm not sure. Way back when. Anyway, welcome back, folks. It is the Friday edition, the weekend getaway edition of the Bernie and Sid Show right here on legendary 77 WABC. And on this kind of foggy, gloomy New York City.
Who cares?
It's great to have you. We don't care because it's Friday.
You're not me?
If it was Monday, it would be kind of a crappy way to start the week. I think you'd agree, right? But it's Friday.
Then if you want to cut somebody's throat, I got to.
Basically.
It's just. But, yes, so big weekend coming up. I know Sid. Let me be Sid.
What do you want to be?
Hey, Bernard. I'm going out with my wife, my beautiful wife, Danielle. Bernard. Taking her out to Peter Luger's tonight. I want to say hi to Tony from Peter Luger's. You know him, Bernard? My beautiful wife, Danielle. Hey, you know who's listening to us right now out in Brooklyn at the bowling alley, the Lucky Strike bowling alley? My friend, Big Tony. Bernard. Stop, Bernard. Stop.
You know who just texted me? Chaz Palminteri.
Hey, Paulie Walnuts. He's on the line. No, anyway, so
That's great.
Sid,
That
you
is great.
will be tonight. You're going to be at Peter Luger's.
Yeah, well, Danielle's birthday was a couple of weeks ago. We didn't have a chance to really celebrate. She ran to Chicago to run, so we're gonna celebrate this weekend. Have a very, very good time. Tomorrow night we will go bowling. I'm not sure yet if we'll go to Lucky Strike in the city or Brooklyn Bowl in Brooklyn, but either way, it doesn't matter because at 8:00 tomorrow night, no matter where I am, no matter where we are, we're gonna make sure we're in front of a television watching Fox News because my guy, our guy, we love this guy. A bit controversial lately. Jesse Waters, Waters World coming up tomorrow night. And on top of that, you, Bernard McGurk, a special guest on Waters World tomorrow night.
I don't know about a special guest.
Special.
But I'm going to be a guest. I will be there on Waters World, a live show, 8:00 tomorrow, Saturday night.
That's awesome.
Take the train in, just suck it up on my day off, and postpone the commencement of the drinking festivities until, I get back on the Long Island Railroad.
Until after the show, basically.
Then I have a nice 24-ounce in a paper bag. It's all good. Who cares?
Hey, that's a great show. That's a great show. Jesse's a great guy. The ratings are terrific. People do watch that show over the weekends. And once again, along with the work you do on Bill O'Reilly every Tuesday, in a selfish way, I love it because the more your face is on Fox News, the better it is for us. So congratulations.
I guess. Well, thank you. And Jesse Waters has gone, his stuff, his those pieces that he does, and his show on the weekends gone from amusing to laugh out loud funny.
He's great.
I must say.
Great.
The kid's a talent, and the rest of you humorless
mother effers.
Right. The hell with y'all.
Suckers.
And before we get into, speaking of humorless, MFers at the Al Smith dinner last night.
Terrible. Good.
The new police commissioner, Jimmy O'Neill, put his foot in his mouth. Sort of. I mean, it was a horrible situation where a cop shot an emotionally disturbed woman, a 66-year-old woman. She came after him with a bat after she put down the scissors. But still, Jimmy just he seemed to prejudge it. And so anyway, he's catching some heat. He walked it back a little bit and say, yeah, we have difficult situations. Not a good start for Jimmy. It's the first big tragedy, I guess, of his tenure there. But
he blew it.
What it does, it reminds me of the show Blue Bloods.
The great show with Steve Sciarippa on tonight.
Every Friday night, Blue Bloods, and I've gotten into it. I've been watching the whole season this year. and I've started watching the first season. I watched about 12 episodes from the first season. It's a great show.
Very good show.
It's a good show.
Yeah.
And Sharippa's featured prominently.
He's
Our
very
boy.
good. Donnie Wahlberg is actually a terrific actor. I know Mark, his brother Mark, and he should. Mark is a great actor, and he has shows like, what was the show on Sunday nights with the four guys that hung out together? What was that show called again?
Yeah.
With Vin and E and all those guys.
The Turtle.
Entourage. Yeah, Mark's done all, and Mark deserves all the credit he gets. But Donnie is actually a really good actor.
He is spectacular.
Really good.
He plays a tough NYPD detective. And he's good.
He's good. And Sharippa, by the way,
blows me away.
You mentioned Sharippa, just so the folks know, we've been promoting coming up Monday night, November the 28th. It is a Monday night football. I'm going to kind of go back to my roots a bit and do a Sid Sports Night, talking about great restaurants and steakhouses. It's going to be at the NYY, New York Yankee Steakhouse in Midtown Manhattan on West 51st Street. And a bunch of all of us from WABC are going to be there. We're going to do sports and giving away tickets and prizes and all kinds of cool things, plus this great dinner. And Sharippa is one of the guys that has already said, yes, he will be at the dinner. So
nice.
Go to the website today, WABC Radio, along with Chaz Palminteri. There you go.
Of course,
Flipper.
Chaz.
And actually, Congressman Peter King is going to come. Kimberly Guilfoyle, Fox News. She's going to come, amongst others. So go to WABCRadio.com right now and sign up Monday night, November the 28th, for a night of fun with your boy, Steve Sharippa.
There you go. And,
Food fight,
and
food
dinner
fight.
on top of it.
Yes.
Fantastic. Well, that should be a great night. As was last night's Al Smith dinner, I thought.
Yeah, I didn't.
I thought it was perfect. I thought it was great. I loved the
I thought
tone.
it was funny.
They
I
hated
thought it
it.
was hilarious.
The tone, the Dolan hated it. All the Catholic priests are bitching and complaining today that it was actually very nervy of those two to quote unquote, this is what they're saying, further the debate. Somebody should have told these two it's supposed to be a night of comedy, self-deprecation, which Donald Trump can't do. He cannot make fun of himself. So I know you liked it, but I will tell you that Cardinal Dolan and the rest of those folks, very unhappy.
Well, Trump was self-deprecating. He made fun of his hands, small hands. He made fun of Melania reading Michelle Obama's speech
He
at
did
the
do that.
Republican National. So there was self-deprecation. And then there was some vicious shots at Hillary.
Bad.
But some of them were funny. Some of them fell flat.
Very flat.
And then after Trump got off the stage, of course, they throw it back to the cable news, and people are outraged. It's just as you pointed out, it's supposed to be a lighthearted night online. The outrage was, if you on social media, how could Trump do this? What a low life. And then Hillary got up and
Did the same thing.
exact same
100%.
thing. And then everybody just shut up about it.
Listen, no one's just upset with Donald Trump. The folks are upset with both of them. So I don't want to make this about Donald Trump, both of them. But I will say this. You've been laughing, you and Flipper, for 19 months, trying to convince me every single day how great Donald Trump is, how funny he is.
I've given up on that.
How funny he is. Anytime we played a clip, no matter what, you guys laughed, even though the majority I thought was stupid and unfunny. You tell me if that's the case, how somebody as humorless, no charisma, I'm admitting it, I'm voting for her, humorless, no charisma, how she was better than he was last night. You tell me that.
Well,
tell me that.
that's very subjective.
Oh, of course it is.
Very subjective. She was good.
Her writers were better, I think.
Well, it's subjective once again. I happen to give Trump my vote on this.
You thought he won last night?
I thought I thought his lines were
I
better.
thought he got killed.
Even though he had some that fell flat.
I thought he got killed.
But I thought he was funny. In fact, we should play some of it, should we not?
But I just saw your boy. You know, it's funny. You brought up my boy, Chuck Todd, a couple of weeks ago because he had said something that was that he agreed with you. What was that with Chuck? Once you're like, hey, Chuck Todd even said so. Do you remember what the case was?
I don't.
Because I just saw Chuck Todd about 30 minutes ago.
That you're a lunatic,
Yes.
son of a bitch.
That's what he said. That's right.
Yeah, then I agree with him on that.
He said Donald Trump got killed last night. Killed.
Oh, Chuck Todd?
Killed, yeah.
Oh, surprise, surprise.
Oh, but you brought up his name 2 weeks ago when he agreed with you about. I forgot what it was. But but you do remember bring up his name, right? Like Chuck Todd agrees and.
I just don't, listen, I don't even remember what I said this morning on the Imus in the Morning Show. I really don't.
Yeah.
I don't remember. But if you say I did, I believe you. So let's listen to a couple of.
All right.
We'll start with Trump.
All right.
Take a listen.
It's great to be here with 1,000 wonderful people, or as I call it, a small, intimate dinner with some friends. Or as Hillary calls it, her largest crowd of the season.
No, it's terrible.
This stuff.
That wasn't funny.
This is corny stuff. I do recognize that I come into this event with a little bit of an advantage. I know that so many of you in the Archdiocese already have a place in your heart for a guy who started out as a carpenter working for his father. I was a carpenter working for my father.
Now, that was good.
That was good. That was funny.
I have no doubt that Hillary is going to laugh quite a bit tonight, sometimes even at an appropriate moment.
That was great, Sid.
I'm giving him
In
one
fact,
so
just
far.
before taking the dais, Hillary accidentally bumped into me, and she very civilly said, "Pardon me." And I very politely replied, "Let me talk to you about that after I get into office." Just kidding, just kidding.
What are you laughing
But one of the things I noticed
What am I?
tonight,
I mean, seriously,
and
what are you
I've known
laughing
Hillary
at? There's
for
nothing
a long
funny
time,
there.
is this is the first
That's a
time
good line.
ever that Hillary is sitting down and speaking to major corporate leaders and not getting paid for it.
That's okay. That's a good line. She actually even
You
laughed
know,
at that.
last night I called Hillary a nasty woman, but this stuff is all relative. After listening to Hillary rattle on and on and on, I don't think so badly of Rosie O'Donnell anymore. In fact, I'm actually starting to like Rosie a lot.
There you go. Come on. I mean,
Oy.
look, he's not Jerry Seinfeld.
I understand.
You know, they wrote some lines for me, read them, and what's
Pardon me? That was hilarious.
Just
No,
relax.
it's not hilarious.
Let's have a good time.
It was
And she
okay.
came back up. I don't know where the all the anger is coming from on the part of the priest or whoever the hell is pissed off. But she gave as good as she got. We're gonna have to take a break. We'll
We
play
do,
it.
but before we take a break, just so you know, it's funny because Flipper had said this. Do you believe I just got a text from the set of the Woody Allen movie from Tony Sirico?
course.
Paulie,
Hey, Bernard.
Hey, Sid, I'm getting beat up on the movie set of the Woody Allen movie. We're listening to you right now, and Sirico said he's going to kick your ass. He said you better watch yourself walking across the street. And I'm not sure because my phone is broken. If that's from Mike Sullivan or Steve Sharippa, but they are listening. So, of course, when you brought up their names 15 minutes ago, now you've given them the green light to physically intimidate me. So.
All right. Well, listen. You better take an extra testosterone pill because you got problems if Tony Sirico's looking for you.
Yeah, he's looking.
1-800-848-9222. Bernie and Sid back after this.
On at 77 WABC.
But Your Eminence, you do deserve great credit for bringing together two people who've been at each other's throats, mortal enemies, bitter foes. I've got to ask, how did you get the governor and mayor here together tonight? Now, I've got to say,
That was
there
funny.
are
Come
a
on.
lot of friendly faces here in this room, people that I've been privileged to know and to work with. I just want to put you all in a basket of adorables. And, because this is a friendly dinner for such a great cause, Donald, if at any time you don't like what I'm saying, feel free to stand up and shout wrong while I'm talking.
That was funny.
Okay, back on the Bernie and
Pretty
Sid show on WABC. Yes, Hillary Clinton last night at the Al Smith dinner, a Catholic, hosted by Cardinal Dolan.
Yeah.
And,
He had a tough job last night sitting in between those two. That ain't easy. I feel bad for Cardinal Dolan.
But actually, they were cordial to each other. They were polite. They shook hands.
Yeah.
Trump actually patted her on the shoulder.
yeah.
And I don't see the controversy in this at all. I don't see why anybody would be pissed off. They equally went after each other with the same amount of venom. And it was funny. So some of the jokes fell flat, but what's the big deal?
They're upset. I mean, it doesn't bother me. I don't care. But they're upset. What can I tell you? It doesn't bother me.
All right.
Need a sense of humor, people.
It was a bunch of actually that's what it was. The audience was liberal elites, liberal upper east side or
Just
west side.
liberal elites, that's it?
Yeah. Pretty much.
It wasn't exactly like Rudy Giuliani was tickling his belly button while Hillary Clinton was up there. I mean, what is that face he's got now? That Rudy scowl that he's got now.
What she said about Rudy was downright mean. I mean,
come on.
Look.
Stop it.
Did you have the Rudy Giuliani stuff? That was mean what she said to him.
Of all the people.
She said that we have a bunch of distinguished luminaries here. Blah, blah, blah. She rattled them off. Bill de Blasio, Mayor Dinkins. And then there's Rudy Giuliani. Something like that.
It was kind of like what Barack Obama did with Jake Tapper when he said he retired. He's now with CNN. But back at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. But and don't start calling and telling me I need to respect Rudy Giuliani more. I love the guy. He's America's mayor. What he did 9/11 will never, ever, ever be forgotten or matched by anybody else. But this Rudy Giuliani, this guy that I've seen in and around Donald Trump, this guy's a clown.
The fact that he irks you so much.
Yeah.
Proves that he's being a very effective and an able supporter.
Irking me, that makes him effective?
Yes, irking you and everybody else.
When you want to
he's getting roundly criticized.
Wouldn't you rather get votes than piss people off?
No, because you are an unpersuadable. You're dug in. There's no changing your mind. There's no changing a lot of people's minds.
So you think the folks that have not made up their mind that Rudy Giuliani comes off in a way where, hey, I want to vote for that guy's guy.
He's a very good defender of Trump and some of the things Trump has said and done.
That's what he is. And not one of those
now you see that is showing disrespect for a 9/11 hero.
I said 9/11. Why? 9/11 he was a hero. It doesn't change. Unfortunately, 15 years later, he sold his soul to the devil.
Okay,
and he looks ridiculous.
You can say he sold out, but to call him a clown,
What he did on stage during the RNC, that was all he needed was a big red nose and the shoes. Clown or not? Step up here.
No, the guy's supposed to be an objective
news.
Right,
I know.
Jeez. He kills him in the newsroom while he's in there writing the news. Kills the guy.
That's not true.
What?
No, I'm very objective no matter where I am.
He's typical of the liberal media. He won't come out and say it.
Bernard's gotcha. Help me out here.
I'm actually on the payroll for Clinton's payroll. I am. Yeah. You're right. You got me.
So we have more of these clips, and also it came out that a lot of these the violence. Remember the violence that we saw at the Trump rallies and at DePaul University in Chicago. Where they
Hillary
had to shut it down.
She paid people to go do that.
So Sid is paying attention. He's doing his show prep. 1-800-848-9222.
I'm not going to vote for her now. That's it. Now I'm really
Bernie
pissed.
and Sid back after the biased gnome with the news.
WABC. Now.
How long will we be Nassau County Executive? 69 rating. Here's the story she'll be talking about. 77 WABC. Nassau County Executive Ed Mangano says he's innocent. The feds say not so much. They say the Republican enjoyed free Caribbean vacations while his wife raked in $450,000 for a no-show job.
This guy.
What's that? When I interviewed him yesterday when they were leading him away in Nassau County, I couldn't help but laugh.
He makes Tony Russo sound like William F. Buckley.
Frankie Russo, yeah.
Frankie, whatever the hell. Sorry, Frankie. He makes Frankie Russo sound like,
Einstein.
Professor, yeah. You know what I'm talking about? This Ed Mangano guy.
Oh,
the guy, he never inspired any confidence, but this is sad. This is just sad.
When the feds come to interview you, you should probably be honest with them. And now, they're saying the wife, when they asked this wife about this $450,000 a year no-show job at a restaurant, they asked her, what did you do at the restaurant? Because they've never seen her there.
It's a great answer.
And she said she was the food taster.
Yeah, the food taster.
By the way, it's kind of plausible if you look at her.
And by the way, there is, for the Trump supporters out there, you just said when the feds come to interview you, you should probably be honest, right?
People look at the Statue of Liberty and they see a proud symbol of our history as a nation of immigrants, a beacon of hope for people around the world. Donald looks at the Statue of Liberty and sees a 4.
That's funny.
Maybe a 5 if she loses the torch and tablet and changes her hair.
Here she is tonight in public, pretending not to hate Catholics. Now, if some of you haven't noticed, Hillary isn't laughing as much as the rest of us. That's because she knows the jokes. And all of the jokes were given to her in advance of the dinner by Donna Brazil, which is...
Is he on drugs, bro?
No, listen, that wasn't one of his best lines.
But even the way he delivered, what?
He was here. He was listening to the groans. I think it threw off his.
You think so? Okay.
They were groaning and booing during the setup, and that affected his delivery of the punchline. I think. But there were,
no, you're probably right.
But there were other lines that he delivered flawlessly,
No, he did
and it was
some good
funny.
ones.
And she was funny as well. And the people in the audience should relax. Take it easy. It was a night to laugh. You ever watch the roast on Comedy Central? That's what you do. I mean, I know they say it's supposed to be lighthearted.
Yeah.
It's actually really a roast setting.
Well, the people in the audience were pissed at Trump, not at Hillary. But the Catholic Church, I shouldn't say that, some of the clergymen that were there last night, they were upset with both of them.
Well, of course, the people in the audience, as I said earlier, were a bunch of liberal elites.
For the most part,
I mean, she was just as vicious as he was.
No, she wasn't. She's not telling you. She hates the joke starts with she wants you to think she doesn't hate Catholics. That is about as nasty and as low as you can get. She was nowhere near that
She
last
brought
night.
up the fact that he maligns women. I mean,
stop.
she brought that back
So
up.
what? That's as nasty as you hate
what
Catholics?
she said about Rudy Giuliani was very, very nasty. that was cold. But I don't care. I just don't care. But it leads me to this. Trump was on the stump yesterday, speaking to Donald Brazil. And this is becoming Bill Hemmer got into an ugly spat with somebody who he didn't want to address what's in the WikiLeaks emails, the released emails. He didn't want to talk about it because
who didn't? I'm just curious.
It was this Democratic operative.
A guest with Bill Hemmer. Okay.
He says because you can't confirm it, it's the Russians hacking, and we shouldn't be talking about it. It's illegitimate.
Gotcha.
And Trump was on the stump yesterday talking about that, and Donna Brazil. Take a listen.
It was just learned that Hillary Clinton was given the exact questions to a previous debate, word for word, by Donna Brazil, who is now under tremendous pressure to resign from the DNC, as she should be. She should resign. How can a woman do that? That is cheating at the highest level.
It's old news. That was the first one, right? Lester Holt, that one? Is that what he's talking about there, Donald? Not the most recent one, the first one.
Actually, this was the town hall back
the second one.
In the spring. This was spring.
Back in the
town
spring.
Hall.
Gotcha.
She was forwarded. Roland Martin had the verbatim same question that was fed to Hillary Clinton. We have it from the email, the WikiLeaks email, and then you play the tape of Roland Martin, and it's identical. I don't have it here right now.
That's fine.
I played it
believe
before.
it. I can't stand Roland. I can't stand him. Listen.
So he fed Donna Brazil the question. She worked at CNN. It was a CNN town hall that he was hosting.
Right.
And so yes, that's what he's talking about. So their defense is this, and this is what this is now becoming a theme with them, is they don't want to talk about anything now that's anything in the WikiLeaks is illegitimate. We shouldn't address it.
Well, they shouldn't.
So anyway, Donna Brazil was on with Megyn Kelly, who is a former attorney, and she actually sounded like a prosecutor with Brazil, and it was very good, very revealing. Take a listen.
Where did you get it?
First of all, what information are you providing to me that will allow me to see what you're talking about? Everybody
You got the WikiLeaks released on March 12th. Where did you get it?
As a Christian woman, I understand persecution, but I will not sit here and be persecuted because your information is totally false. What you're telling the American people.
I'm getting it from Podesta's email.
Well, Podesta's emails were stolen. You're so interested in talking about stolen.
So you deny it.
You're like a thief that want to bring into the night the things that you found that was in the gutter.
Wow. Jake Tapper came out and said this was unethical. That's your own colleague at CNN. It's not Megyn Kelly. Who gave you that question?
Hey, Megyn, once again, I've said it, and I've said it on the record, and I'll say it on the record, and I'll keep saying it on the record. I am not going to try to validate falsified information.
All right, so there you have it. Essentially, the defense is...
That's okay. She can do it. She was awful there.
It would be like Trump saying, I had a private conversation with Billy Bush. That shouldn't be in the public discourse.
Right, they got the video, so that's where he gets
burnt. That's what I'm saying. It's analogous to that. If Trump tried to employ that defense, that's what she's doing. It would be like the Donald Sterling defense. It was a private conversation, private exchange.
No one's arguing with you.
Okay.
I don't even think Hillary's supporters are arguing, but you have to understand that day after day, all this guy does is bitch. Whether it's the fact the election is rigged, Donna Brazil gave her the questions. I mean, Bill O'Reilly said it last night. I should get that audio. Bill O'Reilly came out and said, why Donald Trump thinks that bitching about a rigged election and the media and all the nonsense he complains about every single day, why he thinks that's going to help him in this election is mind-boggling. Bill O'Reilly said, and Bill O'Reilly's Fox.
Here's the question. She runs the Democratic National Committee now because the Debbie what's-her-name Schultz colluded with the Hillary campaign against Bernie Sanders, and she had to get out.
She's out.
Now, shouldn't this lady, she's a very nice lady, Donna Brazile, but she was stone cold busted. She should get out.
Okay, great.
So if it was Reince Priebus,
then
all
forget
day long,
about it. Right.
Reince Priebus still refuses to resign. Reince Priebus won't get out after being caught colluding with the media, providing Donald Trump with
you mean like
questions.
when we found out that Paul Manafort was giving money or taking money from the Russians and the Ukrainians, and he had to get out? I mean, as if nothing has ever happened
Stuff like
on that side, right?
Exactly.
They got out.
Right.
They got out. Or your guy fired him, one of the two, which he should have done.
She should get out. And also came out yesterday that they incited violence.
You're the guy, before the violence thing, you're the guy that constantly lauded Donald Trump for being loyal. It didn't matter whether you thought Croy Lewandowski did nothing or not. Paul Manafort, all you did for months was talking about that's the type of guy we want. He's loyal. But now something goes wrong on the other side. You want Hillary Clinton to fire everyone. She should go out and apologize for John Podesta, even though she didn't say it. She should fire Donna Brazile. Why is that on that side? But on your side, you compliment Donald Trump for being loyal.
I put it right back to you. Why does Donald Trump have to fire all these people and not these people have to fire
I don't care.
The people on their staff that
Donald Trump
commit crimes.
Donald Trump needs to fire people because they're ineffective. His campaign sucks and they're getting murdered by Hillary's people. That's why they should be fired, not because they may have grabbed Michelle Fields or taken money from Russia. They're just not good at what they do.
Stone cold busted. There's your evidence of a rigged election.
That's the evidence.
That's
right.
part of the evidence.
Right.
That's only scratches the surface. They only have John Podesta's.
The media.
They only at this point have John Podesta's emails. Imagine all the other people's emails that they have. And he's the campaign manager, and that was one perfect example right there. And also now you have the fact that they actually sent operatives into the Trump rallies to incite violence. So, and then the media says they go on and say that listen to Trump's rhetoric is causing violence. And so it turns out it's actually the Hillary campaign and the DNC. This is illegal activity.
Don't say it turns out. We don't know that for a fact. No, you're pretty sure that's the case because of some of these hacked emails and the other nonsense.
This is
that you believe in.
This is Project Gravitas. This is not even hacked email. This is an American operation.
Has not been confirmed. Nothing has turned out.
It's on videotape. And
it doesn't matter.
And talk about undermining democracy. Hillary was horrified that Trump said he wouldn't, accept the results of the election. This is horrifying. This is actually horrifying what they're doing here. This is undermining democracy.
If it's true.
1-800-848-9222. Bernie and Sid back after this.
77 WABC.
Howard McCurdy. So Bernie.
This is Sid Rosenberg.
The one and only Sid.
Live, local, on it.
You never know what's going to happen.
Exclusively.
Bernie and Sid.
77 WABC.
Woo! Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. We got everything you want. How do we know the names? We are the people that can find whatever you may need.
Start off hour number 2 with some Guns N' Roses. Welcome back. The second hour today and the final hour of the week of the Bernie and Sid show here on 77 WABC. Curtis and Kubi coming right in about 52 minutes. The hysterically funny, really laugh out loud funny Monique will be live in studio with me and Bernard coming up in about 25 minutes. And a programming note, I want to remind our fans and listeners out there that coming up tomorrow night at 8 p.m. on Fox News, talking about hysterical, on a really funny show, Jesse Waters, Waters World, Bernard McGurk making a big-time guest appearance tomorrow night on Waters World.
You're right about that. That's tomorrow night. I forgot.
Yes.
Tomorrow, Saturday night, I'm going to actually break tradition and work on my day off.
You've done that before. You've been on Gutfeld. Is this your first time on Jesse?
Usually with Gutfeld, we would tape it on a Friday. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it.
Gotcha.
But somehow or other, in a moment of weakness, I said, yes, I'll come in on a Saturday. But I love Jesse Waters.
Yeah, it's
and
cool,
his show is
it's a great show.
He has gone from being amusing to laugh out loud funny. And all the humorless PC punks out there like de Blasio should shut up. And by the way, de Blasio last night, did he get up on stage?
No.
He did not. Good.
No.
Because the last time he was up on stage with Hillary, he said something, he did a racist joke, and he's complaining about Jesse Waters in the Chinatown segment.
Right.
So,
well, he's a hypocrite. We know that.
Hey,
politicians, for the most part, are hypocrites. I think.
You know, I have some startling news. A Rasmussen poll actually has Trump up 2 points.
That's not startling.
43 to 41, believe it or not.
That poll has been very consistent in that every week it's got Trump up. The Rasmussen poll.
Yeah. Well, I'll take it right now.
Of course, but if I wanted to play devil's advocate with you, the New York Observer, I believe, is Jared's paper, Donald Trump's son-in-law.
Don't bring me down like that, Sid. Come on.
This is really bad news, Bernard.
Don't bring me down.
His son-in-law, Jared's own paper, the New York Observer, is reporting today that things are so bad for Donald Trump that he is, as we speak, in jeopardy of losing Texas.
You know, if it makes people, the opponents of Trump, become complacent and think that he's going to start losing Texas and they can relax their guard in the last 2 weeks, God bless. Then maybe that's why Jared Kushner is doing that on his father-in-law's. It's kind of sticking it to his father-in-law.
Why is he doing that?
I don't know. That's what I'm. Maybe it's a Machiavellian ploy,
like Malik Obama,
to have people become complacent, to have the Clinton campaign and those people. But Roy from Long Island is he's on the line. Roy, we were talking earlier about the Al Smith dinner last night, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump going at each other. And what I thought was good, some mean-spirited jokes, but what the hell? It's a roast.
Anyway, it's Roy from Long Island, East Rockaway. I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller. Love the show. You guys do a great job.
Thank you, Roy. Thank you.
And I'd like all the listeners to know that Bernard is as nice in person as he sounds on air, because I worked at Westwood One Film, the Amish show, and I met Bernie at the fan years ago when he helped us get Amish to do a great review for the Shiatsu massage cushion at Amish's office. Great guy. He's a mensch. But
thank you, Roy. Thank you. That's very nice of you.
You deserve it, pal. You're terrific. Anyway, what's Donald Trump's favorite street in Brooklyn?
What is, this is according to Roy on Long Island.
Flatbush Avenue.
Flatbush Avenue. That's our answer.
Oh, you're killing me. How'd you do that? Did Ferdy tell you?
No, she didn't. No, sorry, Roy. I didn't think that was the answer, actually. I didn't mean to step on your punchline.
Very good joke,
what it was.
Very, very good.
Anyway, I wish you guys continued success.
Thank you. Flatbush
appreciate
Avenue.
it. Thank you, Roy.
I'm having to live these days right by Flatbush Avenue, right by Kings Plaza.
You just ruined his joke.
What'd you do that for?
I don't know.
What the hell's the matter with you?
Jesus.
That's like
WikiLeaks Lane.
I
don't know.
That's like the other old joke. What do girls from Brooklyn and girls who wear tight jeans have in common?
What's that?
Flatbush.
Oh, okay. All right.
Thank you. A drum. Look, we have great production value here. A drum, a little ding, 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 ding.
So what do we want to do, Sid? Do we want to go to take some calls or?
No, who cares? Pat from West Milford thinks I'm an idiot. Open my eyes. Derek in Brooklyn, what's up with Sid? Yes, folks, I'm voting for Hillary Clinton. We've been over this now for 9 months. I've made it very, very, very clear why. You may disagree, and that's God bless you. But I don't see why every single day I need to explain myself to you people. I just don't see it.
You're not even
Derek
curious?
Derek is not saying what's up with Sid. He's saying, yo, what up with Sid?
Yeah, like I'm crazy, right?
Well, no, maybe it's a friendly inquisition.
No, it's not. No.
Why don't we try it?
Try Derek.
Yeah, go for that. What do I care? I got to be here till 12 o'clock either way, so.
Hey, Derek, be nice.
All right, I'm going to try, man, but I just got to be honest, too, man. That's what it's about. So I'm going to say it like this, man. Sid, and he has to be some type of sexist, feminist beta male, bro, because, I mean, there's no way you can't see the truth in this, man. You have to be blind. And then you talk about Melania Trump being an idiot the other day.
No. Derek, you called with this the other day. I never called her an idiot. Now you've said it twice in 4 days.
Did,
no, you're a jerk off. You're a jerk off. Goodbye. Don't do that. Don't tell me I said something which I never said. I said she's not very good with the English language. Never said she was an idiot. She's a very bright lady. She speaks 5 different languages, but she does not convey herself English very, very well. Never use the word idiot, Derek. But to make you happy, you are an effing idiot.
Okay, now I'm sorry that we went to... It didn't go as well as I had hoped. Ricardo from Mount Vernon, you are on with Bernie and Sid on WABC. Good morning, Ricardo.
Yeah, this is the guy you met out at Ramsey.
Hey, what's up there, Ricky?
Let me tell you, my brother, this is what's up, Sid. You're going to like my call because I got nothing but admiration for your people. They would have never sat for what the Cardinals sat for last night with that fat Sal. Are you kidding me? After she has her two top people denigrate the conservative Catholics, and when I was a kid, there was no such thing as a soft Irishman. The Irish were tough. What the hell happened to this guy Dolan? Where was he raised? Was he really raised in an Irish?
You're talking about, so Hillary had the Podesta emails.
What was she doing there?
She has never demanded an apology from Podesta. She for saying that the religion is backwards and mocking Rupert Murdoch for baptizing his kids in the Jordan River, etc. Right.
And you know what's
and I'll tell you what, Sid.
Yeah.
Had it been your people that were insulted that way,
right?
Podesta be gone. Palmieri be gone and Hillary be gone. Listen, your people don't stand.
You're probably right,
and I admire your people for that.
Well, I would say this, Ricardo. Thank you.
My religion are a bunch of punks.
Thank you. Well, Cardinal Dolan did yesterday sit there in between the two of them and laugh and was very, very nice to both of them. And I did not see Cardinal Dolan this morning, Bernard, but I did see another clergyman. Who also was there last night, who was speaking on behalf of Cardinal Dolan when he said that folks were still very, very upset that Hillary has not come out and reprimanded and or apologized for Podesta. So if you want to come out there and say, well, why was Cardinal Dolan sitting there last night all buddy, laughing and giggling when he was upset, and also hold him somewhat accountable for being a bit of a phony, can you do that?
No, listen, Cardinal Dolan did come out the other day.
Blasted her.
Yeah, he did. So what is he supposed to do? He has this big dinner set up.
You didn't play all the audio, which I told you about this morning, when he said that I've had private conversations with Hillary, and I respect her for the way she talks about Christians and Catholics. So I'm a bit surprised that she's allowed this to go on. He didn't completely just blast her. He said some nice things as well, Cardinal Dolan. But the point is, last night he sat there and giggled and laughed, and supposedly, as of this morning, he's still upset.
Well, she's getting a pass, and yeah, he's part. I guess he's part of the problem. I don't know where his political leanings lie. I don't know. I have no idea.
Either do I.
Listen, the Catholic Church teaches you to turn the other cheek, but still, she should apologize. She should at least make Podesta apologize for what was in those emails.
I don't know where his politics lie either, Bernard, but I will say this: they were also very upset that she brought up Francis last night when she spoke.
Yeah, and after defending partial birth abortion.
Correct. They said, how do you defend? How do you defend partial birth abortion?
If you consider that murder, as the Catholic Church does,
right?
How do you sit there with Hillary Clinton after and not forcing this guy to apologize? Sit there and yuck it up with him.
Well, that's my point.
That would be like sitting with one of Hitler's henchmen.
Well, I guess. But,
if you're a rabbi and saying, hey, what's going on?
Right.
What's going on, Heinrich?
So then I would guess that Cardinal Dolan probably would lean more towards with Trump, because Trump is, in fact, pro-life, not pro-choice, amongst other things.
You would think, yeah.
Right.
Hey, Bobby from Pennsylvania. Bobby, you're on with Bernie and Sid on WABC.
Hey, guys, how are you?
Hey, Bobby, what's up, kid?
Sid, this is an apology. I always call and crack on you, but I got to say you guys are doing fantastically. And I'm a bit of a button pusher. So that's kind of why I know I'm on the other side of the aisle, but I know I can kind of reach out and get under your skin. And it amuses me, and I shouldn't do that just for my own amusement.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
I want to reach across the party line.
That's
Sooner
nice.
or later, Trump's going to be the president. We got to get along.
Right. When Donald Trump is the president, we're all going to get along. I
hey,
totally
Rasmussen
agree.
has him up 2 points.
Right,
man.
Rasmussen.
Keep hope alive.
The great Dennis Rasmussen,
By the way,
former great pitcher.
I was disillusioned yesterday after the debate, but I saw Trump at the rally yesterday in Delaware, Ohio, and again last night.
Yeah.
And I feel better right now. And now I'm seeing this Rasmussen report and him up 2 points. I feel a little rejuvenated.
Good.
And
Good. I want you to be happy. It's the weekend. Nobody loves you. I'll even include Carol and your kids. Nobody loves you more than I do. I want you to be happy. The last thing I want is you to, because you seemed dejected yesterday.
I was dejected. But here's the thing. The upshot of the whole thing is, yes, style-wise, as I pointed out and I asked Michael Goodwin about, style-wise, he's not great in a debate setting one-on-one.
But
on the issues, he's 100% right. 100% right.
Well, in your opinion, right?
Yes.
I disagree. I think he's about 50% right. But okay, go ahead.
And so he's being judged on debate style. That's how we're going to decide who's going to be the president.
You think that's how it's being
debate
judged?
Style?
You think so?
I think so.
You don't think that people that are not going to vote for him, whether you agree or not, are furious with the way he has spoken about peoples all across the world?
Yeah, if you take a poll on the issues, I think the people would agree with him. I think actually on open borders and on refugees.
She doesn't want open borders. That's a lie. Why do you continue that lie? No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't.
Yeah. Well, she did vote for a wall, by the way, in 2006.
Did. That's correct. Yeah.
She voted for a wall.
So how could she be for open borders if she voted for the wall?
Because she said she was.
She said she was.
She told Brazilian bankers that, and she hasn't articulated otherwise in this whole campaign.
Donald Trump said he was okay invading Iraq, but you seem to keep going back and forth to the point that he said it doesn't matter what they say. Come on, he was okay with going into Iraq.
Apples and oranges.
Same exact thing.
We can get into
same exact thing. He was also pro.
He said I guess so.
He was also
he said I guess so.
More than just Howard Stern. He also was pro-choice for 66 years, and now he's ready to allow a Supreme Court justice to overturn Roe v. Wade.
The way the issues stand now, she says she's for open borders, and he says he's not.
No, she doesn't.
And she's for refugee, a bunch of... on the issues...
She wants extreme vetting. She does not want open borders, and she's not allowing nearly as many refugees in as you and Donald Trump says she is. And on the issues, he has said some things that I do actually like, but he's nowhere close to 100%.
She wants to increase the number from Obama's number by 550%. Man, that's a lot. That's way too
Haven't heard that from her yet, but that's okay.
No, that's a fact.
No, I haven't heard it from her.
That is a fact.
I haven't heard it from her.
You have heard it from her.
No, I haven't.
She's 65,000.
Play the tape.
Says. Obama wants to let in like 10 to 15,000 or something like that.
Okay.
He upped the number, and she says we should let in more.
Okay, it's fine. I got no issue with that.
I got no issue with that. Number 65,000.
I got no issue with that.
I think the people I think
of course
the polls
do.
would show that people would
because
say, leave them over there. Let's help them out over there.
They buy into the hysteria, the nonsense, that everybody's coming here to kill us and take our jobs and all that ridiculousness that has never proven to be true ever. So everybody buys into that,
right.
and that's fine.
It was an ISIS infiltrator came in with the Syrian refugees. It was part of the Paris massacre.
Yeah, Paris.
Yes,
right.
That's right. We don't want that. We don't want that to happen here.
Not Cincinnati.
It's not hysteria.
Right.
Paris. Right.
Like Timothy McVeigh, the white guy who lived in Oklahoma City, who killed more people with one bomb in a building than the last 10 terrorist attacks here combined.
Timothy
McVeigh.
Paris and L.A. are equidistant from New York.
That is true.
Full elected officials. And we have Rudy Giuliani.
Whoa. Back on the Bernie and Sid show on WABC on a rainy Friday, but we're happy anyway.
Oh, so happy.
That was brutal what you just said about Giuliani.
Terrible.
That was vicious.
I'm not going to vote for him now.
That's what I said to you before. He's very effective.
Who is?
There's people like her taking those types of shots at him, at Rudy, like that. So he's actually a very able advocate for Mr. Trump. And he's getting under Hillary supporters and Hillary's skin.
Poor Rudy.
So go for it, Rudy. Keep it going. Don't stop. Do what you're doing there.
You keep doing that.
Mr. Mayor.
Remember when everybody loved Rudy Giuliani, Democrats, Republicans, everybody?
Remember when he walked into, in the Iverson Morning Show, he walked into the WFAN newsroom after 9/11?
Oh, do I remember?
Everybody stood up and applauded.
I'll tell you, the same thing.
Remember that morning?
I do.
It gives you goosebumps to think about it, right?
It does. Another spot, I went down, HBO made a movie many, many years ago. It was called 9 Innings from Ground Zero. And it was a documentary on the Yankees-Diamondback World Series right after 9/11. And they showed you, during that World Series, all the signs from some of the victims' families, the cops with guns and machine guns, and, Derek Jeter talking about what happened a couple of weeks before and all that. Anyway, they had a big screening before it hit HBO at the museum in the city. And Sharippa and Sirico and Jimmy Gandolfini, all those guys were there. A bunch of other luminaries were there. And Giuliani hosted the event because it was New York and the Yankees. And he got up to speak that night, a couple of weeks after. And it was also, everybody was in tears sitting in the audience.
How soon we forget.
I didn't forget. He is America's mayor. He's a hero. I will love him forever.
The poor guy can't go out and advocate for a presidential candidate without being maligned as a clown and a loser and this and look at his teeth or look at the way he looks and all this stuff.
He's better than this.
How soon we forget.
No, but wait. We can't appreciate what he did back then and be critical of what he's doing. It's like saying Pat Riley, if he has a bad year, you can't be critical because he won an NBA championship. You got to go by what I'm seeing now.
I don't know if I'd analogize what Rudy did on 9/11 to Pat Riley.
The point is,
I get your point.
The point is, right now he's a clown.
You see what I mean? You see what I mean?
He is.
Hey, no, you got the news?
I do.
Take it away, my lad.
Another clown. No.
Very nice.
news now.
He showed up to work this morning, 69 rating. Here's the story she'll be talking about. 77 WABC. Nassau County Executive Ed Mangano back at work this morning, says he's innocent of the bribery charges he was smacked with yesterday.
Now, this poor guy, this guy's a clown.
Eddie Mangano.
We shouldn't kick a guy on the day he's down like this. It's not right.
Well, innocent until proven guilty.
That's true.
He's innocent.
I mean, not only that, he gave a friend some contracts, some work to do to feed the prisoners in the Nassau County Correctional Facility.
Seems like
he gave the contract to his friend.
Right.
Why is that so bad?
You're going down, bro.
The friend in return gave him a bunch of stuff. That's the problem.
Stuff,
allegedly.
Going down.
So what?
The feds already gave Hillary.
It's the way of the world.
Somebody's got to pay for Hillary's sins. It's going to be him.
I say free Ed.
Free Ed.
Free Ed.
Yes.
Free Ed Mangano.
Bernie and Sid behind Eddie Mangano.
It's because his name ends in a vowel. That's why.
You think that's it?
I think that's what
he's Italian.
No question.
It's racism.
Right.
Flat out, flagrant racism.
They hate the Italians in Nassau County. Who knew?
Oh, the poor guy. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's all right. The feds say
I feel bad.
Hold on. The guy went to Turks and Caicos, London, Puerto Rico, the Bahamas.
He hit the lottery when he got elected.
He's got his bed is more than David Dinkins, and now you feel bad for the guy because he may have to go away for a couple of years.
He was some low-level Nassau County official who struck gold in the 2010 during the Tea Party revolution or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
So next thing you know, he's the big Nassau County executive, and he took a little advantage, and he helped a friend out, and now he's going to do 20 years. I feel bad for him.
He's your boy. You've had drinks with him at Shines, too, haven't you?
him, and Peter King. You know it, man. And smoked a couple of blunts on the beach.
No doubt.
Really?
No doubt.
Wow. Yep.
Well, he wasn't the only one apparently raking in. His wife raked in $450,000 allegedly for this no-show job in this pay-for-play scheme that was busted open.
Bernie and Sid on demand.
You never know what's going to happen.
The WABC radio app. Download it now. Upload the BS. 77 WABC.
I know Hillary met my campaign manager, and I got the chance to meet the people who are working so hard to get her elected. There they are, the heads of NBC, CNN, CBS, ABC. There's the New York Times right over there, and the Washington Post. They're working overtime. I'd like to address an important religious matter, the issue of going to confession, or as Hillary calls it, the 4th of July weekend with FBI Director Comey. Now, I'm told Hillary went to confession before tonight's event. But the priest was having a hard time when he asked her about her sins, and she said she couldn't remember 39 times.
Terrible.
Hillary is so corrupt. She got kicked off the Watergate Commission.
Oh, Jesus.
This is a bad joke.
Oh.
I wasn't really sure if Hillary was going to be here tonight. Because I guess
I'm slipping into a coma.
I mean, come on, really.
Invitation.
We haven't even talked about Josh
or
Brown
maybe
and the NFL rating.
did.
Shut up! Shut up! I'm begging you. Go away. Please. God, thank God it's over in 18 days.
She had some good jokes, and so did he.
He had some good ones
last night.
But he had some really bad. I'll say this. You may disagree. You probably will disagree. They both had good moments, but his bad moments were worse than hers. That's my contention.
Well, that's because the audience, their reaction, because they were liberal elites.
No,
in the
that's
audience.
because it wasn't
New York
it wasn't
Democrat
funny.
liberal elites.
Well, I agree with that, but it wasn't funny.
And so she was just.
She had better writers.
He's getting clobbered by the liberal press for being so. This is David Gergen.
What he
Trump didn't seem to know the difference between being lighthearted and heavy-handed. Did he listen to Hillary
That's not
Clinton's
fair.
jokes?
No, I agree with you. That's not
What's wrong
fair.
with them?
Both of them. That's not fair.
Gloria Borger, this woman who I can't stand, he said Trump missed the self-deprecating part. He made fun of his hands. He made fun of Melania.
He's still a little bitch when it comes to that
He
stuff.
made fun of himself. He was self-deprecating is the point.
No, he wasn't.
We have it on time. I played him all morning long.
But I agree with you that they were both nasty and that it should not be all about. That's not fair to Donald Trump. I agree. But I still maintain, crowd or not, her writers were better because his bombs were real bombs.
And you know what the other silver lining for these hand-wringing, whiny, wannabe victims liberals are? Is that they both they shook hands last night.
Right.
So it was a good night. It was a good time was had by all.
They both
got
laughed,
along.
and they did laugh at each other's jokes. In fact, when Donald Trump said this will be the first time Hillary's at an event and not getting paid, she laughed. Broke up, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So what the hell's people? What are they talking?
I don't know. I'm with you on that. It's
so
stupid.
anyway, this woman Monique, this actress, whatever, comedian, stand-up comic. Well, whatever. She can't make it. I was going to tell how great she was in the movie Precious.
That's not her.
She was in that movie.
Oh, she was.
Yeah. She didn't play the lead role, but she was a character in it. She won an Oscar for it, as a matter of fact.
She won the Oscar?
She won an Oscar.
Stop it.
Did she really?
No, she didn't.
Well, let's see.
I think you're confusing her.
I'm reading from the Hollywood Reporter. At the 2010 Academy Awards, Monique wore white gardenias in her hair.
Yeah.
The Precious Star later thanked Hattie McDaniel. She wore it in tribute to Hattie McDaniel from Gone with the Wind, who won in 1940.
Right.
The Precious Star later thanked McDaniel in her Best Supporting Actress acceptance speech. She won an Oscar.
What a big deal.
I know what I'm doing here. I know. I'm Frankie Russo. I know the Oscars over here. So anyway, she can't make it.
That's a big guess, though.
She's stuck in traffic.
She won an Academy Award.
She's stuck in a drive-through.
Yeah.
I don't know. But look, she also, we were going to talk to her about her open marriage. She has an open relationship with her husband.
Her husband, Sidney, who spells his name the same way that I do.
They let each other hose people or whatever. And
disgusting.
That can only bring problems, I think.
Oh, it's gross.
It might be kind of cool.
No, it's you want to see Vic banging some chick in front of you?
No.
Okay, so be quiet.
But the other way around.
The other way around, and I wouldn't want him in the room at the same time.
Like I got friends and family who go to like places like Plato's Retreat, Plato's Retreat, Trapeze down in Florida, and I say to them, and I love them to death, you're the sickest mother effer God ever created.
But they watch their partner do it?
They watch. You can only go once. They allow you to go. This is what I've been told, because I can never imagine walking even near a place like that. They'll let you go in once or twice to watch. But by the second or third time, they know who you are. If one of you don't participate, you can't go back in.
All right, so get busy then.
You got to get busy.
What are you whining about?
But
why do you have to judge?
But they go together. That's weird. Like, I wouldn't want to watch Vic.
It's a free country. Let people do what they want to do.
So you're telling me you're okay going into a club and watching some guy bang
I didn't say that, but if somebody wants to do that,
well, they're sick. They're sick people.
What are you? A priest?
No,
I don't
for
have God's sake.
That is beyond sick. To watch your partner, to watch your significant other with somebody else and get off on it?
Perhaps. I tend to agree with you. Of course I wouldn't like it. It would be it's nasty now that you mentioned it.
Don't get mad at me.
I'm saying I'm not judging people.
Don't get mad at me, because you know I love you. I think you frequent these places. You and your wife. I do.
I wouldn't mind if Vic gave me permission to be intimate with another guy, but I wouldn't want him to watch.
You never needed it before.
You wouldn't, right? Yeah, permission's permission. Who the hell cares?
I wouldn't never do it without permission, obviously, but you know.
But you would be, so you're open to this idea, kind of.
Yeah.
Why don't you start with a giant locker room in London at about 9 o'clock on Sunday morning?
By the way, you can go to the Bernie and Sid Facebook page, and there's a picture of Flirty in her with her tattoo,
her tramp stamp.
A tramp stamp.
Yeah.
It's not a tramp stamp because a tramp stamp is in the middle. This is toward the right.
It goes right down the crack of your ass.
So the guy was a little drunk, and he was maybe a conservative drunk.
I definitely was drunk when I got it.
So listen, Tommy is the star this morning. We've been building up to Tommy from Brooklyn. Sid thought Monique was going to save him from Tommy.
That's why he wanted her here so badly.
But she canceled. So Tommy from Brooklyn, you're on with Bernie and Sid.
Tommy?
Come on, here's a chance to call me.
Tommy,
okay,
such a J.O.
Arturo from Portchester, New York.
Yes, sir.
How you doing,
listen, I'm just wondering why libs compare Trump saying, "Yeah, I guess," to a vote, a direct vote mandating the president to go to war. That is totally
Can I answer for 1 second? I'll let you talk. Can I answer for 1 second? Can I answer for 1 second? I'll let you finish?
Yeah, go ahead. Answer. You have no answer.
No, I have an answer. Be quiet. Donald Trump was not a politician. He didn't have a vote, you effing genius. So obviously, if he just said it on the Howard Stern show, he wasn't a politician. Maybe if he was a politician and voted yes, it would be a different conversation today. That's the obvious answer, sir. He wasn't a politician. He didn't have a vote.
You guys are ridiculous. The guy is a private citizen, and he's going like,
he didn't have access.
That's ridiculous.
Right, he didn't have a vote. He was on the Howard Stern show. He said, I guess so. I mean, and that's...
yeah, exactly.
That's the point. The point is he didn't have a vote. She knew all the information, and despite knowing the information, she made the wrong choice.
So you're not going to hold it against him because you're not going to hold it against him because he wasn't a politician, so he couldn't vote, even though he felt that way, even though you don't think he said it hardly on Howard Stern.
Trump had nothing to do with 4 dead in Iraq, in Syria, or in Libya.
Of course not.
And he had nothing to do with the Middle East being the way it is right now.
That is all true. That is all true. You're right. That's true.
Right. So she needs to be held accountable for it. And I mean, I hate to say it, but she had the blood on her hands of American soldiers who went over there.
Her and every other Republican and Democrat.
You're damn right.
All of them. Just stop. Donald Trump would have done the same thing, but instead he was on the Howard Stern show because he was not a politician. I know. I heard him say, I guess so.
I don't know.
I heard him say, I guess so.
There were a lot of people who were against that.
He could have said, like you did to me that morning on Imus, no way, it's a stupid war. He didn't say that. He said, I guess so. That's a yes. That's a yes.
It wasn't a unanimous vote in the Senate.
That's a yes.
There were a lot of people voted against.
Trump said yes.
Anyway,
stop it.
So listen. Hold on a second. Take it easy.
He said yes.
It's Friday.
All right.
He didn't say no.
We're going to go into a break.
I remember you that morning. Remember you were like, no way, this is a bad war.
Absolutely.
He did not. He said, I guess so. That's a yes. Every time.
It was a very non-committal yes.
Okay, but it's a yes.
All right. So Sid, let's get back to Flirty and this. This open relationship.
Bernie, you can't concentrate, huh?
So you would.
I would be okay with permission.
Yeah.
To sample.
You want to ask Vic? You want to call him up?
Put him on the air right now.
Oh God, I don't think that would be a great idea.
Get him on the phone right now.
No way.
Bernie and Sid back after this.